So for someone who don't know about us, I'm Alan from Fitness Academy, coach, one of coach here. This is my good friend, Wesley Low. He's a regular CrossFit athlete and also nutrition coach, and also CrossFit level 2 trainer.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about the sleeping. Okay. So we're going to talk about how importance of the sleep and how it reflect to the athlete's performance and recovery. So since last year, I started nutrition coaching by Wesley Low. I have developed some new habit for my eating and also sleeping and also training. So I feel it's quite help for me to change my performance. So today we're going to talk more details about the sleeping. So why we need to sleep, right? This is like natural of the law. So since we born at day one, we've been taught like we need to sleep. But why we need to sleep? A lot of people think that when we sleep, our mind and the body actually is turned down, which is not true. So while we are sleeping, actually this is a dynamic process.
Yeah.
So actually it's very important processing for the restoration and also strengthening happen at this moment. So can you give us more details like why do we need to sleep?
Yeah,
how this happen?
Yeah, actually, I give you some share. It's like before, always like set an alarm to try to sleep only like 6 hours or 6 hours 30 minutes, because I feel like if I sleep too much, I sleep for 1-2 more hours, it's kind of waste of time. Just try to set an alarm 6 o'clock, 6:30, and then try to wake up and do something else. But then I try to do more research and try to look for more information. So sleep is really individual. Some people need more sleep, some people need less sleep. But still, like each sleep cycle is about 90 minutes. We will go through from like long rapid eye movement, and we call it REM sleep, rapid eye movement. And we will start with the stage 1, like N1 for like 5-15 minutes. And then we will go down to N2, which is light sleep. And then N3-4, which is deep sleep, which is very important because deep sleep mainly is help us to produce our hormone, the growth hormone, testosterone level. The hormone is very important for us to recover, like repair our muscle cells, repair our body cells, which is very important. And then after the deep sleep, we will go back to the REM sleep. Most of people and most of us will experience about that. Like we will be dreaming, the brain is more active. And after the REM sleep, that's finished one of the sleep cycle. And then each sleep cycle is about 90 minutes. And then we may wake up, which is not a big deal. We usually wake up a lot of time in the night, honestly, like maybe 10 times or even more. We just don't realize. But then after wake up, we may go back to the N1, N2, 3, 4, and then REM sleep again. It just keeps cycling.
Yeah, so according to this point, because I try to understand better how the sleeping looks like, so I record my sleep for past couple of days. I just want to see how it looks like. So actually, I was surprised that I actually move my body a lot. It's like 20 to 25 times. It's quite normal. I think that, as you mentioned, is that we go through a lot of stage, a lot of cycling during each sleep. But you mentioned each cycle is about like 90 minutes. Is that it's common for everyone, or like it varies from person to person?
That's each person is 90 minutes, but as I say, every individual is different. And also for the first cycle of the sleep cycle, most of the time we will spend on the more deep sleep. So the deep sleep is a bit longer for the first cycle. That's why always when we fall asleep, we always feel like it's really deep for the first 1-2 hours. And then after the first cycle, the deep sleep will be slightly shorter, and then keep reducing and reducing. So I would say if I sleep like 7.5 hours, maybe there's a 5 sleep cycle. The last sleep cycle may not have deep sleep at all. And the REM sleep will be longer and longer. So as the deep sleep goes shorter and shorter, the REM sleep go longer and longer. That's why we always sometimes like remember our dream when we wake up, because the REM sleep is longer.
Yeah. But that means that if we have a longer sleep, so say if I have a 9-hour sleep tonight, do I able to get more cycle of the sleep, or like it still depends on how my
In
sleep
theory, yes. In theory, yes. But for a healthy individual, it only need like 4 or 5 cycles per night. It's okay.
4 to 5 cycles.
Yeah.
But it's still, I mean, even I sleep 9 hours doesn't mean I'm able to get longer deep sleep.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it. Doesn't mean it.
So based on that point, I would like to know how do we check that sleep quality. So is there any apps or any technique that we can understand better about our sleep? Like you mentioned, there's a 4 stage during each cycles.
Yeah, there's a lot of sleep tracker, honestly. It can be quite expensive. It can be really cheap. Even use your iPhone, use your like Fitbit device. You can also track your sleep cycle as well. I would say, as we are not going to the lab, use the EEG device to check our brainwave. None of them is really accurate, but it's good reference to let us understand our sleep cycle in average. Like you can check like for 1 week or 2 weeks to see how's your sleep cycle and your sleep pattern. It's good to monitoring your sleeping time and reminding yourself if your sleep consistent is really factory. Like sometimes you sleep 10 p.m., sometimes you sleep midnight, sometimes 1, 2 a.m., which is not good. You shouldn't change a lot. Yeah.
All right. Because I know I'm a person that's quite sensitive about my sleep quality, especially I have a lot of training volume put on my body on a daily basis. So sometimes if I don't have enough sleep, I feel like I can't focus on the movement. And also I feel I'm very hard to push myself during the cardio workout. Is that because I didn't get enough into the enough deep sleep, or like any reasons that affect my training?
Actually, it's very important for athletes to get enough sleep because, as I mentioned, the deep sleep will produce your growth hormone, the testosterone level, which repair your cells and let your muscle growth. And also the REM sleep is also important. Even we are dreaming, the brain is really active. But that's the period of time we turn our short-term memory into a long-term memory. So in theory, I would say like every morning, every afternoon you're training, you do a lot of snatches, your body doesn't remember the movement. It has to get enough REM sleep to let your muscle memory, the nervous system, to remember what you're doing to improve your skill as well. So if you don't have enough sleep, every day you practice snatches, you may not able to get a good snatches. Yeah, because you don't have enough sleep, your body doesn't adapt and doesn't digest.
Yeah, it helps us to restore the memory, restore the skills that we did in the daytime.
Yeah, exactly. So also like if you don't have enough sleep, like the hormone will affect, your insulin will be more resistant. That means when your body need to intake the nutrient or your body need to pull the glucose for the muscle to use, it doesn't as efficiency as usual. So you feel tired easy, and also you put down the weight, you feel you cannot recover as quick as you can. Sometimes it may not be because of your heart or your cardiovascular function. It's also because of energy system. Your hormone doesn't affect and doesn't work efficiencies. Yeah.
So I think that it's also affecting the injury recovery. If we don't have a good enough, if we don't have a quality sleep, or we don't have a sleep enough time, it's probably also take us longer time to recover from any reason of the injury.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, every time we training, we are kind of inflame our body, but the inflammation is good. But then we have to sleep enough, produce the hormone, recover the injury, recover the muscles. That's how we improve. So if we train every day, but we don't have enough sleep, we cannot repair the inflammations. Then the inflammation will just getting more and more and more, and then it will happen the injury as well. And also, if we don't sleep enough, we cannot really focus on the sessions. We cannot focus. Our body doesn't listen to us. Sometimes we feel really off. right? You do lifting, or it's not like that. I was better yesterday, but the reason why, because our brain and our muscle is not coordinated as good as usual. So that's why the mechanic, the movement is not correct. It's easy to build up the bad habit for the training, and also it triggers the inflammations to have more
Just
injury
like
as well.
just think of our body is like a machine. When we turn on the switch and you say go, there's a 1 second delay.
Yeah,
If you don't have enough sleep, I think it makes more sense for us.
Just for example, you can imagine if you do a box jump, the time is accurate, it's so easy to jump up. But if I ask you always delay the movement for half seconds, you feel the energy, the power just off. You cannot jump up on the balls.
So in terms of the importance of the sleep, so any tips that can help us to get better sleep, getting the good quality of the sleep?
It is really important because there's a lot of things we cannot adjust. We require like a sleep hygiene, like the room temperature. When we sleep, it's good to have a room temperature about like 16 to 20 degrees, which I would say most of the people, they will feel is really cold. They feel really cold. 16 to 20, you will feel really cold. But the thing about it, always we sleep deeper in the winter time, and we feel so comfortable and we don't want to get up. The sleep quality is always better, right? And one of the reasons, because when we fall asleep in a deep sleep, the cells start to repair, our metabolic sums is going higher. So our body temperature is kind of higher. I think most of us will experience, we have a nightmare, right? Every time you have a nightmare, you wake up in the midnight, you feel hot, you feel nervous, right? You're sweating. Because sometimes it's because the temperature is too high and your body also higher temperature. So it's good to have a cooler room for your sleep to improve the quality. And also the sleep consistency, what I'm talking about. If you always sleep early, sometime late, sometime early, sometime late, and you use your like phone or watching TV, use the electronic device all the time, because the electronic device have a blue light, which similar to the sunlight. So you can imagine, you're always looking at the sun, and then suddenly I put you on the bed and sleep, you cannot fall asleep, right? That's our circadian rhythm.
True. And also, I think the darkness of the room also is quite important.
Yeah, that is really important, especially in Hong Kong. Honestly, like you need the curtain really block out the street light, and even in Rome or in your home, maybe a lot of like small lights, right? Like air conditioning, whatever, your toilet, wherever some light is coming out, which is very
some chargers.
Yeah. You may able to fall asleep, but it's still affecting your quality. So that's why honestly I'm used like the eye mask. For some people they feel wow, it's too much, right? It's just sleep. Why you need so much equipment? But actually it's very important. Use an earpod, eye mask.
Without any impacts from outside.
Yeah. The eye mask is not for beauty. It's like cover.
Good. I think one point that you give me was quite useful is cut off the time of the caffeine intake. So since you taught me that, I stopped drinking coffee after 12 on a daily basis, which I feel like I can easily fall into the sleep. I can fall into the sleep more easily, and I get longer deep sleep. Yeah. So any recommend time for people that they drink a lot of coffee on daily basis?
Yeah, very good question. Coffee is very interesting topic. Like some people, they can drink coffee before they sleep. They're still able to fall asleep. But I'm guaranteeing it affects your deep sleep and your sleep quality. The reason why, because everyone have different metabolics for the caffeine. But the research said that the caffeine metabolic in our body, it cut down 50% every 4 hours. So that means if you drink a coffee, it has like 100 milligram of caffeine. After 4 hours, you still have like 50 milligram. After 8 hours, you still have 25 milligram in your body. Yeah, so it's really good idea to cut your caffeine intake earlier, like before 1-2 p.m.
Is there a specific time that pray to the sleep? How long to cut? The caffeine time, cut off the time before.
Yeah, I would suggest like about 8 to 10 hours before your normal sleeping time. For example, if you sleep in the midnight, 8 to 10 hours is like you should cut down like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. But if you sleep like 10 p.m., then you shouldn't drink like about 12 to 1 p.m. Yeah.
And also, I think another interesting topic is alcohol. A lot of people, they start drinking alcohol is help on the sleep.
Yeah.
Which, it really depends on how much you drink, right? So if you drink a lot of alcohol before sleep, I feel it's very hard to fall in a deep sleep. It's just light sleep for whole night, and you keep drinking.
Yeah, there is a few scenario because I would not say shouldn't drink alcohol, but shouldn't overdose it. It's kind of enjoyment for us. But about 3-4 hours before you sleep, you shouldn't drink too much because alcohol actually, alcohol is like will make us dehydrate. Sometimes when we drink alcohol, we always like wake up quite quick and earlier in the midnight because we feel thirsty, right? It dehydrates our body. So hydration is very important for sleep as well. Even in the midnight, you drink too much, at night you may have to go get up to go to the pee in the midnight, but it's fine. 1 to 2 times is okay. It's not about a kidney problem, it's just the normal process. But if you drink alcohol, but you don't intake enough water, you're dehydrated, your body doesn't circulate well, right? So it just wakes you up in the midnight. Yeah.
And I think the alcohol is stop our metabolic system as well.
Yeah.
So just like as we mentioned, that the sleeping is high dynamic pulsating at the nighttime. We don't drink the alcohol when we do the workout. It's the same idea for we sleep, right?
Yeah.
So we drink alcohol, and when we sleep, it slow down our body processing the information, storage the memories. Yeah. So actually, alcohol is decrease the quality of the sleep.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Even if you feel like I have to drink alcohol, then I can fall asleep. If I don't drink, I cannot. It's more like psychologically, you just rely on it. Yeah, it's like a habit. You have to find out why you couldn't sleep. Because of stress, because of your life pattern, because of your food, or because of the other issues. You have to find out the key of the issue why you couldn't sleep. And also some people, they will take medicines. Medicine and supplement is different, right? Some people take melatonin as a supplement, but some people take medicine to try to fall asleep. The medicine actually just lock you out, but it actually not allow you to go to the deep sleep and REM sleep. So you close your eye, you feel you're sleeping, but a whole night you're just on the light sleep. So your hormones still not produced well, you're still not able to transform your short-term memory to long-term memory, which is not good. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's all the tips that I think we can share for quality sleep. So now we're gonna open the floor, leave some time for you guys Q&A. If any question, you can unmute yourself, and or you can tap in the chat room. So we're happy to answer it. Hi, Aiden. I know you have very good quality sleep.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes, please.
No.
So if you sleep very bad last night, but then today you have to train, how would you adjust your training program?
I think it's quite common for us, especially we train 5 times a week. We don't get the quality sleep every time. So whenever I had a bad sleep, I would just listen to my body because I know even I start to warm up, you can already tell you are in the good action.
Yeah, you don't sweat, you are not in the mood.
And you sometimes feel less exciting for doing the workout. I just listen to my body. I will probably cut down the volume of the workout, or we just scale down of the volume, scale down of the weight. Because you think about it, our body is not on the good action, and you still try to push, this is another risk, the lines that you're risking the injuries. So put on this point, put on this side, you want to get an injury, or you want to still able to train for the long, like a period of for the constantly training.
Yeah, I think it's really important. Also, you have to understand we are come for training. We are not come for competition. So even the training may be high volume today, but I didn't sleep well yesterday. Today, my training, I may just give myself a little bit more resting time to make sure my movement have quality without pushing too much, pushing to the edge to get injury. And shouldn't feel too much stress on the mentally, like, oh, I cannot do the benchmark workout as last time, I cannot do faster. That's not the scenario how we train as well. So just make sure you follow the proper training program and with the quality movement every time without injury possibility to happen. So that's good enough. Not everyone have a bad sleep, I would say, like, yeah.
Yeah, adjust the programming is very important if you doesn't have a good sleep for the last night.
Then how do you manage the sleep when you compete?
Good questions.
Yeah, I would say it's a good question. Usually I feel I don't have like perfect sleep before competition. It's happen all the time. I just too exciting about the competition and keep thinking about the movements and yeah, just kind of wait to stand on the competing floor. But I will also tell myself that if I don't sleep for the quality time, for enough time, tomorrow morning I will feel shit during competition. So I think it's more about a psychological.
Yeah, mentally moment.
Yeah, it's a mentally moment. But it still happens. Yeah.
I have a very good experience to share. Like 2 years ago, I went for the Bangkok Flow Jam, and before the competition day, there's almost 1 to 2 weeks. Actually, I can tell I'm really nervous, and my cortisol level is really high. I couldn't sleep long. I always say I couldn't sleep long. I will try to sleep like 10 p.m. But honestly, I wake up at about 2:30 to 3 a.m. So only 4 or 5 hours, which is not good. But then I wake up, I have my oatmeal, and I try to sleep back again, sleep the other hour. But after that happened, that's how I try to do more research. I had to find what's happened, what's going on, why I couldn't sleep. What I would suggest now is like, I really recommend you do meditation before you sleep. Even if you're like, oh, I don't know how to do it. If tomorrow competitions, I just try my first time meditation tonight, for sure it's not gonna help. So you should try it like daily basis, like build up a habit, like a few minutes, like just like an aerobic exercise. You start with 10 minutes, you feel hard, but start with 9 minutes. 9 minutes, 30 seconds, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 seconds, it takes time to build up the habit, right? So even meditation is the same. And I find it really helpful for have a more peaceful sleep as well. Like even now, sometimes I have something in my head, and before sleep, I know I couldn't fall asleep immediately, but try to take a few minutes meditations, then it helps. I try to calm down your level, calm down your cortisol, a lot of the other mindset or stuff, yeah.
And also, I think the sleep constancy is also helpful the pre to the competition. You don't want to change a lot of habit before the competition. Like, oh, tomorrow I have a competition, I'm gonna sleep at 7 tonight. You wouldn't fall in sleep and then probably wake up at 1 at 2. So I think that it's also based on your experience, right? So more competition you had, the more experience you gain. And also put everything just normal before the competition. I would say it's the best way to handle the nervous, handle the pressure before the competition.
Yeah, and I'm guaranteeing to you, even Matt Fisher wouldn't have a good sleep before the CrossFit game day. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, for sure. Like everyone with stress and just how to.
That's how your body reacts to the competition.
Because even the training pattern before the competition is different. Your body just in the fighting mood. So it's really high stress, even mentally and physically. So you will not have really, really long sleep most of the time.
Good question. Good question.
How
Alright.
do you know what to take in terms of like supplements to help you sleep if you have trouble sleeping? And also in terms of like everybody is different, right? In terms of the amount of sleep that they need. How do they find out what is sufficient? Because there's so many other different factors that are involved. It could be like stress due to work, or yeah, maybe I had a lot of coffee today, or I had alcohol just before bed. So with all those factors in, how do you know how much sleep you need in terms of hours? And what are some of the supplements that you can take? Like let's say melatonin. Sometimes I have like like essential oils or like a bed spray, a pillow spray, and sometimes that doesn't even help.
Do you have any?
Yeah, I think your questions, one of them is like, how do you know if you have enough sleep? I'm sure you can tell if you have like 7-8 hours sleep, for example, and then if you wake up, you still feel really tired during the day, you don't have energy. So I would say that's not good quality of sleep. Sometimes you sleep like 6 hours, but you wake up, you feel have a lot of energy, and during the day you feel a good mood and you have energy to train. That's good quality of sleep. But as you say, how to find out your optimum hour of sleep is very individual, and our body changing all the time. Like I would say, especially for female during the period or like the sleep cycle, the hormone is always keep changing. So it's really good to try the job looks by yourself. Like I just finished my period, and then the first week, how many hours, what's my pattern, how's my mood? Just try the job looks for yourself to see your individual pattern. Then try to do a little bit adjustment. Try to do the first thing, maybe as you say, what kind of supplement? There's a lot of supplement we can use, but everyone is different. Somehow we really have to try and experience by ourselves to see which one will more helpful. Even we think melatonin, people think melatonin is helpful for sleep, actually, but it's not. Melatonin is a supplement we will naturally produce by our body. Even like today is really good day, just so go out, we call it like sun exposure. So walk under the sun, you let your body understand, try to absorb more sunlight, vitamin D, and then your body also produce enough melatonin at night. Melatonin is a kind of hormone to let your body have a signal. You need to go to rest. You need to go to rest, but it's not put you to sleep actually. Yeah.
Wilson, may I ask you a question? Do you sleep on the constantly time, or like you just depends on the working hour, or sometimes I mean, your sleeping time is varies from day to day, or sometimes you can keep at a sleep time.
I think now that that I'm working from home more often, it kind of varies a bit more, which is interesting because currently now I have a lot more like evening late night calls. So calls are ending at either 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., sometimes even 12 p.m. 12 a.m. Sorry, and so I find that after, let's say, I finish these calls or like my work, I can't fall asleep immediately, even though I know my eyes are tired, my body is really tired, and I feel like I can doze off. But when I try to, I just can't. And then I end up like, oh my gosh, it's 2 a.m. Why can't I fall asleep? And then I reach for like melatonin or something, and it still doesn't work. So yeah, that happens sometimes.
Because your brain still handle the information that you were doing before sleep. I can share one of my personal experience to telling how important of the sleeping constancy. So my working schedule is quite quite a constant. I usually sleep at 10:30 and wake up at 5:45 to have a breakfast and then get ready for my morning class. And Monday is my rest day. So sometimes I watch movie, or sometimes I play video game at Sunday night, quite late until like 1 or 2 p.m. But Monday morning, if I got a 9-hour or 10-hour sleep, when I wake up, I still feel tired. I think that's my body give me signals that I know the sleep at a constant time. So it doesn't matter about how long that you put on your sleep on the bed. It's actually is more about how constant you can sleep on a specific time. So I think for your question, I would say you can try to give yourself a cut off time, like okay, after 11, you are not touching the phone, you are not handling the work, and just lie down on the bed and do some meditation, or you can just relax, listen to some music, see if that help you to help you to improve the sleep of quality, the quality of the sleep. Sorry.
And also nighttime, I suggest if you really have to work or use your computer or stuff, you can try this like blue light blocking glasses, right, which block the blue light on the screen, and at least let your body understand you are not like under the sunlight and make your brain keep working as well. But even like before sleep, you have to work on some stuff. Your brain is keep working. Somehow it's like a training. The reason why we need to cool down, because after intense training, we need to do cool down to let the body understand we are shut down the training environment. So just like you're working, you keep working on your brain. The brain is really active. You need a break. You meditations or take a So you need to cool down your brain as well. If you try to push yourself to sleep right after work, it may be too tough for the brain. So you may take a meditation, take a hot bath, do something for like 10-15 minutes to separate the environment, to let your body understand that you can relax now.
It's just like after you've done the workout, ask you to sit down, read a book. You'll feel pretty hard too.
Yeah. Does it make sense?
Yes, thank you.
All right, good questions. Thank you. Any question? All right, I think we are good. Thank you guys joining our Coach Corner today. Thank you, Wesley.
Yeah.
So we will record the video and put on the YouTube. So feel free to ask a question if you guys have anything related to the fitness or related to the sleep. Thank you. Thank you guys joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
See
you,
you.
Alan. Thank you, Wesley.
See you.